Okay, see that drip right there? There is actually a crack on the back side of this pipe. It's cold outside. I think it got down to like 19 degrees yesterday or something. All right, so today we're gonna get to use a cheater bar. Even if we don't have to, this thing is so awesome, we're going to use it, all right? My friend had an 1.25 inch pipe break in his garage, and I'm gonna show you what we got going on. So come along, let's get to fixing. So here's what we gotta do. We are going to take both this side right here and the other side clear across the garage. This is crazy. This piece of galvanized is actually over 22 feet long, right? So we're actually gonna put PEX back in. We're gonna have to support it a bunch and you'll see all that stuff. But what we gotta do first is we gotta cut a section of this out so then we can actually grip this pipe and remove this. All right, first thing we're gonna do, cut it. First thing we're gonna do, cut this out. All right, we gotta cut out this pipe. Okay, so before we actually cut any more of that, we're gonna support this pipe a little bit. I just got some plastic strap because we're gonna be strapping the PEX with this after I put it in a sleeve. But I don't want this to fall. I know you've seen this move, and I'm a little nervous when things this heavy start dropping. So this right here is 100% why you don't use plastic strap on metal pipe, okay? See if we can hold this up just a little bit longer, get this cut, and get the bulk of this pipe out of our way. Okay. Oh. Well, you know it's good when it's coming out your battery. All right, let's just let that drain for a second. I'm actually surprised that the Sawzall is gonna live through that because that was a lot of water going through that body. But it's rocking and rolling, dude. All right, so come here and check this out right here. Right there is where that's leaking. And that actually is the seam. That's the seam of the pipe. So I'm assuming it just got cold, busted, or maybe, just maybe, it started eating through. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna chop this and just take a look. I bet it just was eating itself from the inside out, and the cold maybe broke something off of there. Who knows? But that's the split. Easily could have been a combination of both, right? The cold weather, because the line definitely was frozen at some point, and then galvanized pipe that's from 1968. So in my hands, we have got two 18-inch pipe wrenches. Probably one of the most expensive pipe wrenches made because it's by Snap-on. No, I didn't buy this. Somebody gave it to me. And another one from China. Both are gonna work, right? We want one for a backup, one for the other. You've got this going right here, and you're actually holding it the opposite direction from what you're going to be taking this piece of pipe out, right? So this one's actually tightening, while this one right here is loosening. And then I probably could just use this and get this loose. I bet I could, but we got that cheater bar. My buddy had this huge cheater bar that he made, and I kind of like it. It looks like a beating stick or something, but hey, there we go. So just get this hooked up and get that out. More leverage you got, the better off you're gonna be. I'm just gonna let you know, right? You get this rolling, and then it came out Very easy, which is awesome. Okay, that worked out, and there is a chunk of something in there. Yeah, that's sidewall. That's actually pretty thick, but that's a big chunk that eventually is gonna clog something. I've already been talking to my friend about repipe. He's gonna have to get something hooked up. Yeah, see how much you can get in there. All right, guys, so here's what we're looking at. Now we're gonna put some Teflon and some pipe dope, and we're gonna put these back in the female side of that 1¼ inch galvanized that we just took out. We are putting in PEX today, and this is a 1¼ inch male thread by 1¼ inch PEX. This is type A PEX. This is gonna be the expandable kind. You'll see a cool gun that I don't have that we borrowed from somebody else here in just a few minutes. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna put one on one side, we're gonna put one on the other, and then we're gonna put a big piece of pipe in the middle. All right? If we can ever find the end. This Teflon right here is pretty thin. So I think what we're gonna look at here is, you know, you're looking at 3 to 5 wraps, but this is pretty thin stuff. I'm actually going to put, I don't know, 7, 8. Something like that. You kind of can go with it and feel with it. You know how I usually do with the making sure it sits in those threads. Good to go there. And as usual, the trusty Mega Lock. Can hasn't been cracked in a while. Okay. Oh man, this can is jacked up, dude. Look at that. Bent. I don't even know how that bent. The combination of the Teflon tape and the thread sealant is going to be awesome. Sometimes I wish that they would make a pipe wrench that is this skinny right here. Because sometimes you just need a pipe wrench, but you want it skinny. And I end up using these big channel locks a lot for that. Somebody needs to make it. So now I guess we're double big channel locking. If you guys like the video, please click that like button, jump on in here. We'd love to have you keep coming back. We're just trying to help people, and we're doing that today. All right, so we just get in here, tighten this one up too. Okay, this is the daddy of the Mac Daddy, all right? This is the M18 Pro PEX gun. This is for type A expandable. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna make this job super easy at this point. Right tools for the job, this is it. This is type A PEX sleeves, right? This is a sleeve for PEX. This actually is gonna slide over here, and that is what you're gonna actually push onto the fitting. Once you get this pushed on, and you can see there's a little ring in there, it's a little stopper that the pipe's only allowed to go so far. So once it gets pushed up on there, I mean, that's it. That's where it's at. You can see it right there. It's just that little gap, and we're good to go. Now, we'll get up in here, just make sure everything's cleaned off, looks nice and pretty, and we'll grab our big PEX tool. When this thing starts going, every time it expands out, it turns just a little bit, right? And what that does is actually create a pattern inside of the pipe that's kind of a little bit crazy. Here in a minute, I'll show you what it looks like, because these little ridges right here create a certain pattern that they like to see. But for this right now, I just want you to know, this is gonna take 9 turns with this. They want it 9 turns for the 1¼ inch. It may take more, it may take less with the weather, but we'll see. It probably should be good with 9. So here we go. That's 9. So that's 9, and that was the whole way up to it, right? And now that's there, and all I'm trying to do is I just want to turn the pipe so I can actually read the lettering. Okay? Make it kind of look pretty. And just hold it there. I sometimes like to make sure that this pipe is flush up against that. And then I like to just hold my hand there. It just adds a little bit more heat and will help it to actually contract just a little bit quicker. All right, so 10 seconds, and that's good. That ain't coming off ever again unless you cut it off, okay? So, just zoom up right up into that right there. Okay, so this right here, you just wanna make sure that there is no big gap right there. Make sure that that is straight, there's no big gap. Everything looks good, and that's solid. Okay, so we're looking at 15 inches right there, and that should be good. And the nice thing about this is we got plenty of play to be able to just put the side on here and then plug and play right there. 15 inches right there. We got a ratcheting cutter that will cut up to 1.25 inches, hopefully. And so when you do this, this is a brand new cutter. This is crazy sharp, but you always just kind of want to twist it just a little bit. That way you don't mash down on the pipe. Now this was brand new, so it's not going to do that because it's super sharp. But after a few times using this, you just always want to make sure you give it just a little twist when you're cutting. And that's money. Right there. All right, we just got to put a PEX ring on it. Call her good day. This thing is so bulky, man. So with this one, I needed a little extra time, so I put just a couple more pops on it. We get it to where we need it to go, and bam. Heat right here. Sometimes you might have to take a heat gun. You can shrink them down. Don't hit it with super hot heat. Okay, so what we bought here is just some of that cheap insulation that you find at the store, right? That's got the slit down it that you slide over pipe. This stuff works really well. If you're looking for something that actually is going to be outdoors, you might want to call it insulator, right? They use the fiberglass or the foam, and then they wrap it with the metal. That's going to be much more nicer than this, and it's going to be long lasting. But this for inside, this is going to work out great. I wanted to make sure that everything was insulated with this. And what I'm going to do is we're going to put this on here, and then I'm going to actually put some of that plastic pipe strap up every 2 foot, and I'm actually going to secure this to this piece of wood right here, right? To this big header. And that way, we are not going to have any kind of sag in this pipe the way that it was, like the way that it would, right? Because you can see it's sagging right now. I don't want it to set like that. We don't want it to have that much play. So we're just going to get it strapped up there, get it a little secure. All right. So what we're doing now is we're just getting this kind of pinned up here. Using some plastic pipe strap. You use plastic pipe strap with plastic pipe, right? Remember we learned that lesson earlier with the metal pipe. You don't use plastic on it. It's not gonna really hold it. Get this supported. It's not gonna 100% be straight because of this and that, and we got this block up here. We're gonna support up on both sides of that block. You know, it's just what it's gonna be. We're just trying to get it up out of the way really for ourselves and for my friend, because you don't wanna open your garage door one day and your whole freaking PEX line blow off. That would be fun. We've got that hooked up. We've got it all insulated. It's gonna be much better than what it was. He's gonna put his blankets there for right now, but honestly, like, he needs to get some seals for these doors because that's way too much wind. If you're up there working, you can feel it blowing like crazy. But it's nice that we were able to come out, we're able to help out a friend and get this hooked up. I really hope you folks enjoyed this video. I'll put a link for the tools in the description box. If you have any questions, please leave me some comments. Ask me the questions. I'm happy to answer them, right? This was just me helping a friend out that had a broken pipe in the middle of winter. You don't want to have your water shut off whenever it gets 19 below. Kind of starts sucking. I really hope you guys are enjoying the videos. If you could please subscribe to the channel, click the like button. We'd love to have you keep coming back. We're just trying to help people, and we really hope we're doing that. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again real soon.